Have you ever tried to feel it real using the law of assumption in 2024, but nothing happened? Well, let me show you why you're probably doing it wrong. What is up, everyone? My name is David. This is Lightways, your hub for all things spiritual awakening. And the most common mistake that I see people make when trying to feel it real using the law of assumption is that they simply don't know the difference between feelings and emotions. I will make this very simple for you. Emotions are initial gut reactions to some sort of stimuli, such as an argument, a kiss, someone cutting you off in traffic, getting some unexpected news about a promotion, or witnessing an injustice happening, for example. So think of it as unprocessed raw data. However, feelings are the perceptions about that data. Think of feelings like that reporter interviewing the MVP after a big game. What does the reporter always ask that star player after a big win? How do you feel right now? So the reporter or the feeling is the perception of that emotion, or it's the processing of that initial raw data. So let me be very clear. You want to go after the feeling, not necessarily the emotion. The trap that I see a lot of law of assumption enthusiasts, as well as law of attraction practitioners, is they fall into that trap of getting wrapped up into the emotions of what it would feel like if they manifested their goal, which is typically happiness, bliss, etc. Well, if we just said that emotions are reactions, then what is a reaction? It's a temporary state of being. You don't want to fuel your desire or goal on anything that is temporary. If you're visualizing your wish fulfilled and you're flooding yourself with the emotions of happiness, joy, and bliss, then you run the risk of those emotions turning against you when your desire doesn't show up when your ego thinks it's time for it to show up. The very impatient and critical ego is going to say, oh, this is BS. This is taking too long. This is never going to happen. I'm so tired, blah, blah, blah. And boom, now you're flooded with the emotions of letdown, worry, defeatism, etc., which is the opposite frequency of your desire. So here is the secret to feeling it real using the law of assumption in 2024. Let's use a powerful cheat code to better understand the definition of feeling. Let's simply substitute the word feeling for knowing. Now, let's see how substituting the word knowing hits differently in one of Neville Goddard's most famous quotes. Assume the knowing of your wish fulfilled. See what I did there? You see, an inner knowing is an inner confidence or swagger that it's already done. See how an inner knowing, which I would say is more of a state of mind, is different than a temporary physical reaction. So the knowing can be that thought that you just can't stop thinking about. And you know what I'm talking about. We've all been there. Have you ever had that one thought that you just can't get rid of? I just know X, Y, and Z. Or I just know fill in the blank. Well, that I just know is typically a thought related to fear and worry, right? Well, I want you to do the same thing, but with your desire. I know I'll get that promotion. I just know I'll get approved for that house. Have your objective or your desire stuck on repeat in your mind the same way that you would have a worry or fear stuck on repeat. It takes the same amount of energy to think a positive thought as it does a negative thought. But no forced emotions. Dwell on the knowing day and night. Keep it on repeat in your mind so that the body naturally initiates the emotions of the state that you would be in when your wish is already done. But wait, there's more. If we use this substitution cheat code in another one of Neville Goddard's famous quotes, we get an even deeper understanding of how to turbocharge your law of assumption manifestations. The quote is, knowing is the acceptance of the fact that the desire is yours. Now, not only did I substitute the word knowing for feeling, but I also want you to pay attention to that word yours. What is yours? Ownership. This is quantum entanglement because you're linking your conscious awareness, your reality, your energy body to that desire. goal or event. Now you're entangled with your desire in the quantum field where all things manifest, materialize, or solidify into the vibrational equivalent, which you are knowing in your mind. Let me say that again. Taking ownership of your goal quantumly entangles you to that goal. And if you know that this video is helping you with your law of assumption manifestations in 2024, please click the subscribe button. Had to do it, guys. Please click like. Please also share it with someone that is struggling with the law of assumption. And I've got one more pro tip for you, Light Fam, on how to feel it real using the law of assumption in 24. Remember how we said that you're going for the feeling, not necessarily the emotion. Or now we can actually say, because we have a better understanding, you're going for the knowing, not the emotion. One more time, you're going for the knowing, not the emotion. Well, there is one emotion that we can add to our law of assumption manifestation that is the exception to the rule, and that is gratitude. Why? Because gratitude is an emotion of something that already is. This emotion further crystallizes the fact or knowing that the desire is already done in yours. Plus, if you leave your timeline up to the universe and not your ego, the ego wants everything right now without knowing the bigger picture, then you know it's already done in divine timing perfectly, and you avoid the emotional crash of impatience. And here is why gratitude is not just a temporary fuel source for your law of assumption manifestation, and that's because you can always find something to be grateful for, no matter how seemingly small or mundane. If you live in a state of perpetual gratitude, your wish, your goal, your desire has an endless power supply. And this is when you take the reins off of the universe and the universe shows up with more things for which to be grateful that are beyond your current understanding of where you are on your timeline right now. This is when your life gets on that moving sidewalk at the airport and the people, places, and things associated with a higher timeline where you are living authentically from your heart start to serendipitously show up to wow and amaze you. And this is where the magic of life truly happens. Now, if you want more of a thorough deep dive into how to master the law of assumption in 2024, you can click this video right here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.